Both the prosecution and the defense have rested their cases in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Now, over the course of more than 6 weeks, jurors have heard from 34 government witnesses. They've included federal agents, former assistants, and ex-girlfriends of the music mogul. The defense did not call any of its own witnesses and instead just cross-examined ones called by prosecutors. Closing arguments are set for Thursday. Combs has been charged with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty. Chris Melcher joins us now. He's a celebrity lawyer and former sex crimes defense attorney. Chris, thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. What were the key arguments we heard from the prosecution over the last 6 weeks?
Well, we've heard of really some depraved conduct by Sean Diddy Combs and this mistreatment of women. But their prosecution theory is that he was involved in this criminal enterprise that exploited these women for his own benefit and the use of company resources to do it, and that's what's constituting this racketeering charge, that there were acts of kidnapping, bribery, and arson that were part of this enterprise that elevated it to the type of crime that we see cartels and gangs prosecuted for. They've also have probably shown to the satisfaction of the jury the transportation of people for purposes of prostitution and trafficking for purposes of prosecution by force or fraud. So those are some very serious charges, and the prosecution is thinking that they have established all this through 6 weeks of testimony.
Chris, it surprises me to learn that the defense is not calling any witnesses to the trial. I've been in and out of the courtroom over the course of this trial. What did you make of that strategy to not call any witnesses for the defense?
Well, Tom, that was probably his right decision because he has no burden of proof, and this is probably looking as the best option here for him not to call any witnesses, because if he were to put on a witness at this trial in his defense, he might actually produce information against him that would incriminate him. So instead, he's relying on the questions that were asked of the prosecution witnesses, which did show some problems with their credibility. It showed that some of this stuff was done maybe with his own personal money. Maybe he was even trying to hide some of this conduct from other people in the company. So this doesn't really look like the conspiracy, and maybe that's good enough. And so I think that was the best thing that could be done. Certainly the judge will instruct the jury not to comment or take inferences from his failure or decision not to call witnesses.
And Chris, just very quickly here, when do you think we could hear a verdict?
Well, my sense is based on this length of a trial, maybe Monday, Tuesday, the jury might want to take the weekend to kind of think it over, because this is such a serious matter and they may be conflicted on some things. So if they're come to an agreement, maybe Monday or Tuesday. If they're having difficulty agreeing, then we're going to see it go into late next week.
Chris Melcher breaking it all down for us. Chris, thank you for that.